Hi, all of you. Is my sound is audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the application load balance. So that was clear to you, all of you?
Yes, clear.
Okay, so I'm just terminating all this. And okay, so yesterday what we done was we were manually created the load balancer, we manually created the search app, chat app, everything we manually doing it, right? So now let me just delete it, all these things, and target group also let me just delete all this. Okay, so now our goal is basically today we are going to learn the auto scaling. Okay, how the auto scaling is going to help us. Let me just write it here. So till now, what is happening? We are launching a web server, right? And this web server we are launching with some custom image that we already created, right? Now this web server, whatever we launched, okay, so it is getting launched in one CPU and 1 GB RAM machine. Okay, so for all the calculation, everything we got to know, take an example that 1000 requests it can handle. 1000 requests it can handle. Okay, so I said you that if 5000 people are going to come, so total how many web servers we require? Minimum 5, right? Make
Yes.
sense?
Yes. Yeah.
So web server 2, web server 3. But till now, what we were doing was we were manually creating this web server, right? Like we manually we created 5 web server or 3 web server. Then we added a load balancer, right? It can be classic load balancer, network load balancer, or application load balancer. This load balancer is transferring the traffic to all these web server. Okay, all the 5 web server. So sometimes people will be connected to the web server one, some people will be connected to web server two, like that. But the problem here is, okay, like currently 5000 requests is coming that, okay, we manually launch the 5 machine. Okay. But take an example after midnight, like after midnight, no people are visiting on our website, only 200, 300 people are visiting. Okay. So should we keep running these all 5 machines? Because if only 200 people are coming in the midnight for like in the night for the 6 to 7 hours, only 2 to 300 people are coming on the website. Okay, so for that to handle 2 to 300 people, is it feasible that we are running the 5,005 server which can handle 5000 requests? No, even we can run one web server that can also handle that request, right? So if we'll shut down these all 4 machines, then we can save the cost. Make sense, all of it? If
Yes.
you're going to shut down this extra machine, then it will save the cost, right? Because whenever you are launching the web server, you are paying some charges to the AWS, right? AWS is charging us on the hourly basis, right?
Yeah.
That for this machine, I will charge you this much, like that. So now the question is, as a human being, will we able to monitor and will be able to do all these things? So it will be really difficult for us, right? That who will be keep monitoring 24 into 7, that when at what time when people are coming or like that. Okay. So to understand this logic, what we can do is take an example. I'm saying that, okay, let's start with the web server one. Okay, I started one web server for now. Okay, or let's start with two web server two. Okay, web server one and web server two. There are two web server currently running. Okay, and both are capable of handling the 1000 request maximum. Okay, maximum it can handle 1000 requests and maximum it can handle 1000 requests. Okay, now the total load, what is coming currently, total load. So currently take an example, total load is coming 500. Okay. So if 500 request is coming currently, so how it will be divided? Web server 1 will get 250 request. Okay. And web server 2 will get 250 request. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now this 250 request and this 250 request, so it is like how much percentage of this? It is 25%, right? 25% utilization is happening basically currently, right? If 250 request is there. Okay, because maximum it can handle 1000. Similarly, this is also handling currently 25% utilization. That means even if load is going to be increased by 75%, okay, that means if plus 1500 also request going to come, still this two machine can handle. But the utilization of this machine will become the 100%. Make sense? And if your laptop or if your computer is going to utilize all the 100% of RAM, what is going to happen to your laptop? Anybody? Like currently, my laptop is utilizing, take an example here, 54% RAM or 45% of CPU, something like that. If this is going to be 100% RAM, 100% CPU utilization, what do you think? What will happen?
It will stop actually because
Right, my laptop will start to crash, right?
yeah,
Because resource will be full. So that means we should not go up to 100% request. That's the first understanding we get here, right? That means web server 1 can handle 1000 requests, but we should not go up to 1000 requests on each machine. Make sense? Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create a auto scaling. Okay, what this auto scaling will do, we'll say that here you have to say the percentage. Take an example. I'm saying that whenever CPU utilization is going to be more than 70%, okay, what you have to do is you have to increase the resource. Okay, so now what is going to happen is currently 250 request is divided, so percentage utilization is 25%. There is no any problem. Okay, but as soon as, take an example here, the request becomes 1500, total request is coming as now 1500. Okay, so now utilization is 75%, right? And here also it is getting utilized as 75% because here the total request will be coming 750 and here also it will coming as 750. Make sense? Okay, so now if I calculate the average of the CPU utilization of both these machines, what is the average utilization? 75% only, right? Because there are two devices, so 75 plus 75 divided by 2, it will be 75% only, right? So average utilization is currently 75%. Is 75% is greater than 70%? Yes or no? It is greater, right? So if 75%, like your average utilization of this web server becomes more than auto scaling limit. In the auto scaling, I said that if utilization is going more than 70%, what you have to do, you have to increase one more web server. Okay. So now what this auto scaling will do is automatically they will launch one more web server 3 with the exactly same image, and it can also handle 1000 requests. Okay. So now in the starting, when this machine started, just now it machine started, how many requests will come here? Anybody? Just now this machine started. So will any request will come here or no? What do you think? If this web server got started just now, how many requests people will be coming to this web server? It will be zero, right? Because if you remember the health check, after 30 seconds, 60 seconds only, this web server will become active, then only the request will start to come here. Yes or no?
yes.
Right? So now once this web server is going to be active after 60 seconds or something, right? Once this web server become active, okay, then request will start to distribute. Now this 1500 request will divided into 3 machines. So now here this machine will get 500 requests. This machine will get 500 requests. And this machine will also get the 500 requests. Okay. Now, since they are getting 500 requests only, so this utilization is going to decrease to 50% now, 50%, and this will also get now 50% utilization. Now, what is the average utilization of all the three? 50 only, right? So
50%,
this
yeah.
average is less than now 70%. If it is less than 70%, then is any auto scaling is going to trigger now? No. Auto scaling is always going to trigger if the load will increase more than 70%. Make sense?
Yes.
Now take an example, if this request from 1500, it's become 2400. So now how request is divided? 800, 800, 800, right? So CPU utilization will become 80%, 80%, 80%. What is average utilization now? 80%. Again, it's become more, right? So now what will happen? One more web server will launch. Understanding all of you? These are all things what is happening here. Now, again, in the starting, it will not get request, right? But as soon as they will get the request, what will happen? This 2400 request will now divided between these four, right? So now this 800 will become 600, 600, 600, and here also we'll start to get 600 request. And since we are getting the 600 request, now the utilization will be 60%. Here also it will become 60%, 60%, 60%. Now what is the average? 60%, right? So again, it's become less than. So now there is no auto scaling is going to happen. Make sense? Now, in the midnight, what happened is now the request is coming only, take an example, 200. Only 200 requests is coming. Okay. So now what is the utilization will happen? Here it will come 50 request, 50 request, 50, 50, right? If 50 request is coming, that means your utilization is going to between around 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. Make sense? So
Yes.
average is 5%. Since average is very less, then what they will do? They will try to shut down the machine, right? So take an example, if they shut down these two machines. So what will be the request now? Here it will 100.
100.
Here it will also become 100. So your utilization is become 10%,
Yeah.
right? And here also utilization become 10%. Okay. And in the auto scaling, we have to give some more things here. Okay. You have to write here minimum. You have to write maximum. Okay. So if I said that maximum you can launch 10 web server, minimum you can launch one web server. Okay. So they can go minimum up to one only. Or if I say that minimum is two. Okay. So still take an example. Now there is zero request is coming. No people is visiting, right? Still they will make sure at least two web servers are running. Why? Because see, it is not like if you're opening the Amazon.com in the midnight, Amazon.com does not open. Okay, because maybe 5 people, 10 people, 100 people can visit that particular website at the morning 2 a.m., 3 a.m. also, right? So that's why we have to keep some minimum web server running, but all the extra web server we can delete it. And as soon as the market is going to trigger, this auto utilization is going to increase, right? Then again we'll add the web server. So whatever you are specifying the minimum and maximum, they will be keep varying between that only. They cannot increase maximum than 10. They cannot decrease minimum than that. And this minimum and maximum you can update at any time. It is not like one time only you have to fix it. After 5 days, you are seeing that your website become popular, maximum 10 web server cannot handle, then we can increase this maximum limit to 15 also, 20 also. It's totally on us. Make sense? This entire calculation.
Yes.
So this entire implementation we are going to do now. Okay. So for doing this, you are going to create a auto scaling group. So you'll be clicking on this auto scaling group sections. And again, I think that whatever the screenshot is here, okay, it is little bit different. Okay. So just see that what I'm going to do here. Anyhow, I'll upload the one document. I think I have one latest one also. Photos. Let me just check. AWS use application. Okay, don't think that auto scaling I am. Okay, just see the things. Things are same only, but little bit difference is there. So just see this class. Okay. So you have to click on create auto scaling group. So first thing they are asking what is the name of auto scaling group you want to do. I'm just writing the name as my ESG, my auto scaling group, something like that. Okay. Let me duplicate this page also. Let me just delete one thing if I created somewhere. Just give me a second. I have some template here with previously with me. You can just delete it. So you'll not get confused. Okay. So we are going to click the auto scaling group name, MySJ. Fine. Now see what this auto scaling group is going to do. They are going to launch the instance. Make sense? Because this web server, if they will start automatically, this auto scaling. So basically they are starting a EC2 instance. Make sense? Now to start any EC2 instance, what are the things you require? You require the name of the instance, right? You have to choose the image. You have to choose the instance type, right? You have to choose the key pair, you have to choose the security group, right? These all things we choose, then only instance got started. Make sense?
Yeah.
Volume, these all things. Now the question is, if these all things as a human being now we are choosing, how this auto scaling will be able to choose all these things when they are starting a new web server? Because whenever somebody will start the web server, they have to fill all these data. So that's why they created a launch template. So we will simply click on create a launch template option here. Okay. Automatically they will redirect us to a new page. And in this page, we are going to create a new template, launch template. I'm giving something like my web template, something like that. And we are going to create it for the web server deployment. And in this launch template, we have to specify that if somebody is going to use this launch template, which operating system they will be using. So you have to use which image, custom image that we created, right? We created this image, Cloud 27, if you remember. Okay, so this image will select it here. Okay. Now, which instance type we use? We usually use t2.micro. That also I'm selecting. Key pair. So I'm saying that you can use this particular key pair, Cloud 27. Okay. And subnet. So I'm saying let's keep it by default only. I'm not specifying anything. Let them create automatically. Okay. Or you can specify it here also that which subnet you want. Okay. So I want that let it them create automatically. Security group. So I am saying that okay, do one thing, create a new security group always. Okay. And give the security group name something like my web cloud 27 ESG, something like this. I given the name of security group. And this security group, you have to allow two things. You'll be allowing the SSH and HTTP port. Both will allow, then only it will work. How to allow? So I will say that add security group rule makes your SSH protocol is allowed from anywhere. And that's one more rule I'm saying that makes your HTTP traffic is allowed to this particular EC2 instance. These two things I did. So basically, what are the things we configure? By default, they will take the 8 GB volume. So these all things we retain here that you have to use this image, this instance type, this key pair, create a new security group, and make sure you allowing the SSH traffic and HTTP traffic, and that's it. So we created a launch template now. Okay. Once this launch template we created, so basically we added a information here. Okay. Now to this auto scaling group, just refresh this symbol. Okay. And here just say there is an option called coming, right? That whatever the template I just created, my web template, just select this. So now I automatically said that this auto scaling group, whenever they want to launch the instance, they will use this template. And in this template, they will get the image ID, key pair, instance type, all the information they will get it here. Okay. Simply click on next. Now, in which VPC they are going to create, let it be default only. In which availability zone you want to create, you can choose it from here also. So I'm saying that, okay, and that's why at that particular time in the launch template, now I did not specify the subnet. From here, I can specify. So take an example, I'm saying that whatever the EC2 instance you want to create it in 1A and 1B only. So that also I given. And that's it. Click on next. Now they will say that, okay, do you want to attach any load balancer? Because we know that multiple web server is going to create, right? Sometimes 100 web server can be created, sometimes only two will be there, right? So there should be a load balancer, which will balance the traffic between all the machines. Then only this request will be divided, okay? So for doing this, I'm saying that you have to attach a new load balancer. Now they are saying which load balancer you are asking me to create, application or network. Auto scaling group can create only two load balancer, network and application. I am going with the network load balancer for now. I'm giving the name as my ESG load balancer, something like this. Now it will be internet facing, you know that. Okay. Automatically they selected these two subnet. Why? Because our EC2 instance is going to create it in the 1A and 1B. Now they are talking about target group. Previously, what was happening was in the network load balancer, we are manually creating the target group. Now automatically they will create a target group. Just we have to click a option called create a target group. They will create a target group with this particular name. Okay, I just added something like TG to understand that this is a target group. So this is also done. Health check they will do. So let me just reduce little bit time to the health check of to 30 seconds only. Okay, and come down, click on next. Now they are saying what is your desired capacity. That means in a starting when this auto scaling will activate, how many EC2 instance you want. So in the starting, I want two web server. Okay. Now they are saying if load will be not there, that minimum you want to go up to which number. I am saying let's minimum go up to one only. You can say minimum as two also. Let me go minimum with one. Okay. Maximum, I'm saying that maximum you can launch up to 8 instance only. That's the limit I given. Maximum you can launch up to 8 only. Now they are saying that, okay, how I will scale? Do you give me any percentage or something? So I'm going to write it here target. Okay. And I'm saying if the CPU utilization is going to increase more than 60% or 70%, whatever the value you want. Okay. And give it some warm up time for 30 second or 10 second, whatever you want. Okay. So I'm saying that if CPU utilization is going to be more than 70%, you have to trigger this change. That means you have to automatically scale the instance, but make sure it should be in this only. Minimum can go up to one, maximum it can go up to 8 only. So that target we given, click on next. Now they are saying, do you want to add a notification or something? That means as soon as I am launching some instance, you will get a email or something. Do you want that type of the thing? I'm saying that yes, I want a notification. So they are saying, do you want to create a notification here? So I'm saying yes. Let me just give the notification with the name called my ASG Cloud 27, something like this. I given a SNS topic name here. Okay, create a topic. Just give the name as my ASG Cloud 27 topic, something like this. Email, you have to write your email. I'm writing my email here. Okay, and let me just open the email, that particular email. Okay, and then the password set. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is the email. Okay, I created it. So here on there are so many testing for the Amazon only. This email is just created for the testing purpose only. So okay, there's some message came. Okay, that is about that my previous limit related to. Okay, so here you are creating a topic, right? So we created a topic here. Now, if I click on next, so see, whenever any instance is going to launch, terminate, they will send the email here. Okay, just click on next and click on next and come down, click on create auto scaling group. Now, this auto scaling group, what are the things they are going to create? They are going to create here EC2 instances. They will launch two EC2 instances currently here. See, two is in pending. One is pending here, one is pending here. This is getting started by the auto scaling group. Similarly, they created a load balancer also. They will create a load balancer, network load balancer they created. They created a target group also. Everything they are created. We don't have to worry about. They created two instances. Okay. If I'll search it here, only running instances, you'll see that running instance is visible. And even they will send an email also here. If I'll refresh this page, see there is a message came, AWS notification. They are saying somebody is trying to add a notification. Are you sure that you want to receive the notification? I will simply click on confirm subscription. So now what is going to happen is from now on, whenever they will launch a new EC2 instance, anything, right? They will send a message here that we are launching a new EC2 instance because load is getting increased like that. Okay. And since everything they created here, see, desired capacity is 2. That I asked for 2 capacity. If I'll refresh this, see, 2 instances running also. And these 2 instances running. And let me just show you the load balancer. This is the load balancer they created. And this load balancer is going to give you a DNS name. Okay. And this DNS, if you are just going to copy it and paste it in the browser, you'll be able to see the website actually. Why it is not coming? So you know the reason, because the target group will be not become healthy till now. Okay, so this is the target group. Inside that some instance will be there, and automatically they added the two EC2 instance. And see, currently it is in the initial state. That's why we are not able to see the website. And we know that as soon as it will become healthy, we'll be able to see the website. So let's wait for that. So everything is now getting managed by the auto scaling group. Previously, we are manually creating the load balancer. We manually launch the EC2 instance. We are manually creating the target group. We are manually adding the EC2 instance. Now everything is taken care by them. Still, it is in the initial state. They are going to take time of healthy. Threshold is 5, interval is 30. So 30 into 5, 150. So it will take around 2 minute 30 seconds to become it healthy. So let's wait for that.
Sir, can we take an example of flight check-in website or something like that?
Website means checking.
The flight check-in, the airways generally, high number of people will check in at the same time, right? So can
Okay,
we?
that you are saying that auto scaling should happen or not, like that you want to
Yeah,
see that?
yeah.
Yeah, I will show you. I will manually trigger it. Actually, currently I cannot give the 5,000 requests or 10,000 requests, right? So
Yeah.
what I will do is I will manually trigger the CPU. Okay. So this auto scaling will think that CPU is getting utilized by people are visiting the website. That's why only. Okay. And then it will trigger automatically.
Yeah.
We'll see that. Let it first be building. It is taking time. It will take some more time. But everything will be maintained here. Okay, that whenever they are doing something and they will try to write this all activity also what are they are doing. Currently they are checking that desired is 2, so that's why they scaled it from 0 to 2. But from now on, whatever any activity they are going to do it here now, they will send an email here also. So that is the also benefit. So let's check whether it's become healthy. I think now it will become. Yeah, now it's become healthy. If I'll refresh this, my website is also coming. Well and good. Up to here, everything was same only that we were doing yesterday's. Okay. But yesterday's, if I want to add one more EC2 instance, we have to manually do it here, right? Now, what is going to happen is I want to trigger the CPU utilization, right? So I cannot create a 1,000 request or 5,000 requests just now. Okay, so for that reason, what I'm going to do is I'm logging to this two EC2 instance one by one. Okay, first I'm logging to the first instance, then I'm logging to the second instance now. Okay, and in this two instance currently I will check that what is the CPU utilization, because if more people are visiting the website, definitely CPU utilization is going to trigger. Okay, so if I'll write it here, the command called top hyphen I. Okay, so you'll see that here they are saying the CPU utilization. Currently it is saying 5%, 0%, 5% like that. If I'll refresh like 2 to 3 times this website, you'll see that the CPU utilization is going to trigger. Let me just refresh few more times. So see here it is 0, okay, but some load will come from the Apache server, then this will be keep varying like 0.3 like that. Sometimes will be connected to this machine. So here also it will be varying something. CPU utilization 0% currently. If somebody will try to connect here, like currently I'm connecting from one machine only, it is not getting loaded. But this will trigger something 0.3, 0.3 you saw, right? It is happening whenever somebody is coming in this HTTP website. Okay. Now I want to manually trigger this CPU license. So for this, there is a command I written in the document. Just you have to paste this command automatically. The CPU license is going to trigger. This is for the fake request. Just copy this command. Yes, greater than dev null and okay. This will create a fake CPU request, and Linux understand that okay, somebody is creating a genuine request, and that's why now I will see top hyphen I CPU utilization become 100%. Let me do it exactly in the same machine also. I'm just running this command and check the CPU utilization, simply do the top hyphen I. So see, this machine also becomes CPU utilization 100%. Now both the machine have the CPU utilization 98%, 99%, 100% like that. Make sense? Our website is still visible. It will be visible, right? Because it can handle up to 100% request. Definitely it will be a little bit slow, but it can handle. So website side, there is no any problem. But the CPU utilization is 99%, 99%. So now if the average utilization becomes the 99% and 99% like this, okay, so definitely what they are going to do, they will launch multiple web server now, right? 3, 4, 5 like that they will do, and they will make sure that anyhow they have to bring this count to less than 70% or 60%. In our case we given the 60%, right? So they have to make that count less than 60%. So again, this is going to take time. Auto scaling does not happen in the AWS fast. It will take time around 4 to 5 minutes to trigger. So currently 934 is there. Okay, just now we increase the CPU utilization. Currently you are seeing that desired is 2 only. In next 3 to 4 minutes you are going to see that this desired is going to be increased. It will become 3, 4, 5 like that, and as soon as it will become 3, 4, 5 like that, this EC2 instance will also going to be started. Okay, it will keep increasing. So we'll wait for that. Meanwhile, any extra instances is running that I don't require, so let me just delete it so they don't feel any difficulty or something to stop. PI already terminated. So okay, this Tomcat also I don't require now. Jenkins also I don't require, so I can just delete this. So currently we're seeing only two EC2 instances running. Okay. but in some time this is going to trigger. So we'll be just keep checking, and as soon as this trigger is going to happen now, this email will also will increase. Okay, so we'll just see that the number of count of the mail will also increase here. Meanwhile, customer don't have any effect. Customer will be still able to see the website. Okay, maybe there will be a little bit slow loading or something, but customer will be still able to see the website. Sometimes they will see 15.72 machine. Sometimes they will see some different machine. Okay, like one of the machine I think have IP called 43.103 and one is having the 15.72. So traffic is getting distributed between these two. And the benefit is as soon as number of EC2 instances is going to increase, okay, it's the duty of the load balance automatically the auto scaling group that see whenever the new web server will come, right, it should automatically add it in the target group. Then only your load balancer will start to distribute the traffic between these three machines, right? Currently only it is distributing between two machines. So as soon as new web server will be launched, you'll see automatically they will add the instance here. We don't have to manually do anything. Just we have to keep waiting and seeing. That's it. And that's the benefit here. So currently the number is 2 only. Meanwhile, if I show you the screenshot wise, okay, so what are the things we done? Meanwhile, it is happening. So we created a load balancer. Previously, there was an option for creating the launch configuration. Now they changed it to the launch template. Okay, but it is exactly same. We are filling all these details. Okay. After that, we are creating a load balancer, network load balancer. They will create a target group. Then we are creating the desired capacity, minimum, maximum, target tracking policy, average CPU utilization, like that. Okay. Then here I added a notification to email. Okay. Then this auto scaling got created. Desired is 2, instance is 2. Currently we are in this stage. Okay. Now, as soon as the desired is going to increase, like when I will manually increase this CPU utilization, it will become 100%. Okay. So you see that automatically desired capacity become 3, instance become 3. Desired capacity will become 4, instance will be 4, and automatically they will launch 2 more. Okay. And as soon as this 2 more will run, so now from now on, when somebody will hit this particular URL, they will not redirect it to only 2 machine. They will be redirected to the 4 machine, 5 machine, like that.
That 5 we can change, right, sir, anytime?
Which one?
For example, the traffic is very high. That 5 we can change
Okay,
it
yeah, this
anytime.
one minimum and maximum you're saying?
Yeah.
You can come in the edit option in the auto scaling group. Okay. And you can always increase this. Huh? Minimum, maximum, we can always do it. 9:38 is already there. In next 2 minutes, they are going to do. And see, scaling up is slow. Okay. And scaling down is also more slow. Okay. Scaling down will take 10 to 15 minutes of time. Okay. So that I will be not showing in the class. What you have to do is as soon I will show you what you have to do, then automatically it will scale down. But when you're doing the practical for scaling down, whatever I will say, just do it and just keep sitting for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. You'll see that automatically the number is going to decrease, and whatever the minimum value given, up to that it will reach. That's it. So that we'll see. So let's wait. Till now it did not trigger anything. CPU utilization, still it is 99% here. It is still 98%, right? So this is a fake CPU utilization only that we just created here. From the yes command, they are basically using it. Currently there is no load coming from the HTTP side, but as soon as I will refresh this page, okay, they will start to get some load from the HTTP side also, like this. Okay, like this. So have they triggered? Yeah, see, desired capacity become 3, right? And since the desired capacity become 3, so currently your instance is 2 only, right? So they will start a new EC2 instance. If I'll show you here, one more instance is getting pending. See this? They started it. And as soon as this instance will become running, let's wait for this instance become running. Once this instance will become running, and here we'll be able to see 3 instances. Currently only 2 is there. Three instances come, right? Now if you'll come in the target group section, previously only 2 instances only they were distributing the traffic. Now total how many instances they are giving the traffic? Third machine also came, and currently it is in the initial state. That means 0 request is coming here. But as soon as it will become healthy, then request will be divided between these 3 machines. Make sense? And see here, we received a mail also. And in the mail, it is clearly saying that your load got increased. That's why what I done is I increased your capacity from 2 to 3. Make sense?
Yes.
So everything we are maintaining. So you will be at some different place. You are just receiving a mail. Okay, auto scaling happened. Well and good, right? So you can take the decision from here only, and we can verify. So desired is 3, instance is 3. Again, after some time, they will see that okay, still CPU utilization did not decrease in these two machines because I created a fake request, right? So these two machine will still have the 99%, 98% request like that. So what they will do is they will try to trigger some more instance here. Currently it is 3, but they are going to increase it is up to 4 also, 5 also like that. Because until and unless that CPU utilization is not triggering, okay, less than 60%, they will be keep increasing capacity. Let's wait for another 2 minutes. We'll see that this capacity is going to increase. But once that desired capacity you tested, okay, then how you will delete the fake request from these two machines, right? That will be the question, right? So simplest answer is just shut down this page. If you shut down this terminal, you will shut down this terminal. Automatically, this CPU utilization will be reduced to 0. Okay, or this is just a forceful method. Okay, but actually, if you want to reduce the CPU utilization here, okay, if you don't want directly do the forcefully, so you can press here Control C. I came here. Okay, currently the CPU utilization we are seeing that it is 99%, 100% like this. Okay, there is a command called ps-aux. If you type this command is going to show you what are the processes are running. So see, I created a process with the name called yes, right? And this is the process which is taking the CPU utilization 99.7. Make sense? All are using 0% only. This is using more request. Seeing this? So just see the numbering here. What is the numbering here? 3732. Just write kill 3732. I'm killing this process. Now if I'll do ps hyphen not ps hyphen ux top hyphen I, see stipulation again becomes 0% in this. Okay. Similarly, in this machine also, if you want to decrease, so you'll be type that ps hyphen aux. Okay. Here this yes command is running, taking 9.99.7 utilization 3761. Simply say kill and double check it. Whatever the number you are pressing, double check it. It should be of yes only. Don't press any other thing. Okay. And yes, or else if you are not confirmed that you are going to press the right number or something, simply close this terminal screen. That's it. Then also your CPU license will decrease. Now again I decrease to the 0%. Okay. Meanwhile, you'll see that some triggered happens. See, they triggered happen because I just now decreased it, right? What triggered happened? 5 instance they launched. And since they launched the 5 instance, see, we got a new message here in my email. And the new message they are clearly saying that we increased the number from 3 to 5. Okay, and we can verify here also. Previously 3 instances were running, now 5 is running automatically in the target group. Previously 3 were there, now total 5 will be added. Okay, in which 3 become healthy, 2 are still in initial state. So currently our traffic will be distributed to 3 machines. Okay, somebody is connected to 15.72, somebody will be connected to some other machine. But as soon as this will also become healthy, they will start to distribute to 5 machines, and they will always go maximum up to 8 only. So this is the case. See, they went up to 8 because that was the fake request. Okay, but now that request is deleted. So now total 8 instance is running. Okay, but after some time they will start to do the scaling down. Okay, and they will scale down everything. And not only this, if the desired capacity is 8, okay, and manually if somebody is going to delete the instance, okay, if manually somebody is going to delete some instances like that, okay, like that I'm deleting some instance. So I deleted 5 instance, or take an example, I'm deleting all the instance. I deleted all the instance. Okay. So if I'll delete all the instance, then definitely customer is going to be affected. Okay. So let me just keep at least one machine there. Okay. Let me delete all these things. I'm manually terminating all these instances, right? But you know that manually I am terminating, right? But auto scaling did not terminate these instances, right? For the auto scaling, the goal was still 8, right? So now the auto scaling will, as soon as they will find it that other instances are not healthy. See, currently it is initial. Let me show you. Currently it is a healthy, right? As soon as this 3 machine will also become unhealthy, something like that, and they will able to find that these all machines are not there. Okay. What they will do is they will quickly launch another EC2 instances, 8 instances. Currently only one is running. Okay. So let's close all this. Let's see whether they are happening or not. So currently all the instances are in the terminated state. Okay. In some time you will see that auto scaling group automatically try to again make the number to 8 because currently the desired is 8. See, 2 more instances getting started, pending. Seeing this? So they will again try to make the number like that only. Okay, so even by mistake somebody deleted the instance, if it is getting managed by auto scaling, we don't have to worry about. Automatically they will try to launch it. Is this thing getting clear?
Yes.
And since the desired capacity is 8, why the instance become 10? Can anybody tell me? Because the 8 is terminated, right? So whatever I terminated basically 7 instances, that is still present in this list. Right? Currently it is visible here. Okay. So until and unless this instance will be terminated, will be visible here, it will be showing like that only. But in AWS after 30 minutes, 40 minutes terminated instance gone, it will be not visible here. Okay. Then automatically this numbering will again become normal. So you don't have to worry about this number. Okay. And if I'll refresh this again, so how many instances they created currently now running it? Let me just check it. So now 3 instances is currently running. Are they updated it? So if I'll check it here. So see, only these 3 machines are there. All the previous machine which was terminated, they're gone. Only one machine is healthy. 2 came in the initial stage because just now they launched. Okay. And in message also we got the message. Okay. That we try to increase the machine. Okay. And they are saying some machine here. See, they're saying that whatever the instance I previously launched, that becomes unhealthy. That means I'm not able to find that instance. That's what I am doing is I'm replacing that instance. And that's why they are sending this message. So like that way they are sending the messages also. But this desired capacity reducing is going to take time, 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so that's what I'm not going to show you. But once this entire practical is done, don't keep this auto scaling running because it will be keep running so many instances. So it can cut your charge, right? So just once you've done all this practical, simply delete this auto scaling group. If you delete this auto scaling group, all the EC2 instances, whatever they created, automatically they will delete it. Okay. But the load balancer part, you have to manually delete it. This load balancer and target group, you have to manually delete it. That's the only thing. Okay. But all the instances, everything you don't have to worry about. In next 3 to 4 minutes, they will delete everything, all the instances. Okay, so all these instances will be deleted by them. So currently it is running something, but this all will be terminated in some time. This auto scaling group is going to take care. Okay, see here the status is currently deleting and they are reducing the number of instances also because now they are trying to delete everything. Currently now they become that desired as 0 because we don't want any instance. So they are deleting it. So just try to practice this auto scaling group one. Okay. And by reducing the load, you can just keep wait for 10 minutes and just check that whether desired capacity is reducing. Okay. It will take around 10 to 15 minutes. The scaling up is going to take 5 minutes time. Fine.
Yes.
Okay. So that's all from my side for today. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.